Hey, hello everybody. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at IHNY2, so I Heart New York or I Love New York 2, which is a parallel compressor. So I will be explaining what parallel compression is in this video as well. So what we'll do is what I'll do is I'll play this drum again, and then I'll stick in the IHNY2. It's from Baby Audio. Now it is free initially with IAP. The IAP is $17.99 or $16.99. It's quite expensive. And I'll explain exactly what you get with the IAP and what you get when you don't have the IAP. So when you don't have the IAP, you don't get the tweak panel here, so that can go. And you don't get the presetter and an awful lot of presets. However, you do get to play around with the compressor settings. So if that's your thing, then you're good to go with just the actual free version of the app. However, if you're into this kind of thing, then the IAP is going to make a big difference to your sound. Anyway, then we have two gain stages, an output, an auto gain here, and an output gain here. And then basically it's quite simple, you can select a preset and then you can just move the thing around. It's pretty straightforward. But what I'll also do is I'll show you how you can set up parallel compression the normal way, the way that it's been done for years and years, ever since the 70s. It was invented in New York, one of the studios. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, it's very good. It adds extra punch and dynamics to your drums. However, let's just do this, shall we? I'll just move this out of the way. I'll play that little pattern again. So we'll play it on a few different things and bits and pieces and stuff. And I'll set it up with, two channels and we'll run parallel compression if you wanted to kind of set it up. You wouldn't get the control you get with this. This makes parallel compression super easy. Anyway, here we go. So this drum pattern is from the Patreon loop pack, the one that's just been released. So if you're a patron, you get access to this. I'll turn the microphone down and I will apply the effect. You can hear with this particular preset, it's pretty powerful. Right now, with the paid version, which obviously this is, you get, like I said, you get the tweak section, and the first part of the tweak section here is the attack stage. You can actually see it there. It says in the tweak panel, and it'll say attack, so that's your attack. Then you have your ratio here, so ratio like this, and then you have your punch. And then you have your harmonics, and then your, let's do this with my shape, tilt, and yeah, low preserve. So like this, and high preserve. So low and high. Basically, it's kind of like the low and high preserve is like kind of like an EQ on the compression. So yeah. This is super compressed. And then you also get, with the paid version, you get all the presets as well. And there are lots of them. You know, the only thing is they're really small, that's why I'm using the mouse. But you get presets for drums, general purpose, so models of vintage compressors. Okay, so let's leave that on the floor. Let's have auto gain on 100%. This is just my old Logitech Crayon. I forget I've got it, and occasionally I remember and I think that'd be handy. So let's use it on this loop sequence, which is also in the Patreon pack. See how much brighter it gets and kind of in your face. Fast attack, fast release. So that you get an idea of how it can sound on a couple of different things. But let's first of all let's do the actual tutorial part of what parallel compression is. So we can do this very easily in any DAW. Basically, you just need two tracks the same, two duplicates, but we can do it even easier inside of AUM. So what we shall do is we'll go and find a file. So we'll go to the file player here and we'll tap to load a file. I'll use the Patreon Autumn Pack 22 and I will find a drum loop, something a little bit more. That one will do, I guess. So we'll use this. And this is a 90 BPM loop, so I shall just set this at 90 BPM. Okay, so these are turned down, so it doesn't matter. I'll take them off as well. And so, but we're not going to hear them. So here is our loop, and we shall set it to loop. Okay, so awesome stuff. Let's put Right, now we're not going to put a New York compressor on here. What we're going to do is I'm going to set up a parallel chain for this track. So in doing this in AUM is super easy. I don't have to duplicate anything. I don't have to have two wave files. So if you were in Air, I did a tutorial on New York parallel compression or New York compression trick. It's the same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap on this, and we're not going to add an effect at the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to add a bus send and go and send it to bus A. And this is the effect, so it's going to pass the audio through the effect, right? And then we're going to set up a where are my mix buses here? Bus A to receive. So what's going to happen now is if we play, we basically, let's increase the gain, the run through. It's going to allow audio through this one and through this one. So they're both identical. Let's get rid of that. They're both the same track now, right? So we haven't had to have two identical waves. So it's just the same. So on this one, what we're going to do, so all we're hearing now is this track. Oh, thanks Dan, top man. Thank you very much. So guys, and again, I'm going to thank you all again for the amazing support over the last few days. It's been incredible. It's absolutely been amazing. I can't tell you. Okay, so parallel compression. Here's the plan first, right? What we're going to do is we're going to add in an EQ. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll use tone boosters EQ. I'm going to put an EQ in here. And what the first thing we're going to do, so this is perfect, right? The default setting on this EQ is ideal. So what we're going to do here is do this. Right, and then I'm going to apply a limiter, so I'm just going to put in barricade and set it to -3 dB, so we're not clipping on the output here, see now? So it sounds awful now, right? So now we're going to apply a compressor. And what compressor should we use? Well, you can use any compressor you like. I will actually use, let's see what I've got. I'll just put in compressor. I'll use the new, like this is going to work fine. This is actually called the New York compressor. It's from DDMF. It doesn't matter. Here's the crack here, right? What we're going to set this compressor to do, fast attack, fast release. We're going to have the ratio really high. We're going to drive the threshold like this. We're going to push the gain up. It's the squashed drum machine ever, right? It sounds terrible now. You could even... So the ratio is 10. God, that sounds crap. Right, now. The idea now is what they used to do is you'd have the, I'm just going to put a bit of gain on this because it's quite quiet, so I'm going to put some just AUM's gain. The idea behind parallel compression is now is what you did, right, was you blended the hyper compressed signal. You blend the hyper compressed signal with the clean signal. And what you get is, you don't like really hear it, but you feel it, you know it's there, so when it's mixed with something else, it sounds really cool. So this was why they used it with disco. So now, it sounds really cool. And you can even go in if you want to, and we could say, like, okay, well, let's maybe mess around now. But now that drum is really punchy. You don't really need to take it up much. But what you're getting is all this all the compression, but not on. You're not compressing the drums. You are compressing the drums because you've got 2 tracks of it. It's really difficult to actually explain, but seeing it in action is kind of how it works. So that's proper parallel compression. That's how you would normally do it. If we add in now a iHNY, take this out. Let me just select a patch. General. Right now, there's the effect we kind of want. See, and this is what makes IHNY, I Love New York too, really cool, because you can get the same effect without all the messing around with the parallel channel and all the EQ and the other compressor. But like I said, you can use any compressor, it doesn't matter. Actually, Cubase's internal compressor is really good for this kind of thing. But yeah, so that's how you set up it without anything else. That's a normal channel, but it's a lot easier to set it up with this, and you've got a lot more control, a lot more range, a lot more presets, a lot, than actually doing that. But anyway, right. Okay, so what we want to do? Yeah, let's try this on something else. So let's leave them all running. We're only running at 12%. Blinking heck. Okay, audio. Let's try it on Hammerhead. We're going to just run it on a few different things now, so we're just going to see what it's like. It's not going to go on for too long tonight, guys. Probably another 10-15 minutes. All right. Okay. So audio. Okay. Let's try it on the new Riffler. This is not out yet. This is Riffler. This is coming out very soon. This is the AUV3 version of Riffler. If anybody's already got it, you'll be getting the AUV3 version. I don't think you can see that very well, so let me just darken the screen up a bit. So let's just play this, shall we? Let's run that down for a sec, and I'm going to let's have a mess around, shall we? cool is that? How cool is that? That's brilliant. Yeah, no, it's Riffler. It's not actually out yet. It's still in the beta. It's nearly done. It's nearly done. It's nearly ready. There is a version of Riffler available, but it's only like an inter-app. But yeah, the AUV3 version of Riffler is actually on its way, so it's yeah, it'll be here soon. And the developer has given permission to actually anybody who's on the beta if they want to show it in videos and stuff. Gavin, Gavinsky's been showing it a few times and stuff in different demos he's been doing. So yeah, so basically, guys, that's it. That's that's basically it. Although I can play this riff a bit more because I think it's really cool. I don't like it. Right, what did I do? So Velvet Machine, I put a Velvet Machine on because Velvet Machine is awesome. Velvet Machine is like the ultimate drum gate, but it does so much. It does tons of cool stuff. Riffler does. You can make it sound like a guitarist. It's incredible. Well, basically, it's designed by a guitarist, but will it be separate or an upgrade? No, I think it's a free upgrade. Hellwaves. I think it's just hold on to what you've got now. I think some people want it off me on Patreon, so it will just become a UV3. It will just get updated and it'll be a UV3. So I'm pretty sure. So Velvet Machine, right? Possibly, Sam. You might well get a price bump. So if you've already got it, though, So, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I feel a lot better, mate. Seriously. Velvet Machine is a brilliant app. I've got this on infinite mode, so it's just the guitarists will never play the same thing. Sounds like Colin now. We're harmonising. moment it doesn't look like that though. Andrea, okay. I should also say as well that we've got a couple of music nights coming up. We've got a couple from Colin. We've got some prog albums from Colin. He's just remastered some of his stuff. And we've got one from Andrea, which he made completely in Gadget. So it's going to be nice to have Andrea's music. That's Valand, who's in the chat now. Andrea Valesi. And some couple from Colin as well. So we'll probably do like one from Colin, one from Andrea, and then one from Colin. Which is really cool. Or we might do both from Colin at the same time. Who knows? Let's dirty this up. I'll probably play both then, Colin. Thanks, Jamie. Bless you. Guys, there you go. Well, it was all about the IHNY 2 from Baby Audio and the cool stuff you can do with that if parallel compression is your thing. Anyway, thank you very, very much for joining me this evening where we took a look at that and a look at a load of other stuff. And what we got here, look, 22%. Awesome. Top job. Yeah, I think that was pretty cool. I think you know, if you like parallel compression, then you know it's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you again for the super chats. Thank you for all the amazing support over the last few days. It has been amazing and just truly overwhelming is the word. So yeah, like. Riffer. Well, yeah, Riffer is good. It's good fun. It's good fun. Anyway, awesome stuff. We took a look at as well as some compressors, and also I used on the transient shaper, which I'll mess around with. Well, the new one from Blue Mango, which is also very good because you only need the tack sustain output. It's very transient shapers. This is pretty much exactly the same as the transient shaper in Machine, so it's really simple and easy to use. So yeah, awesome stuff. Listen, I'm gonna Ovi Sant. No worries. Well, you could always watch it again, mate. You know, if you wanted to. Anyway, listen, I'll hopefully be back tomorrow evening with some other stuff. Don't know what yet though. And yeah, awesome. I will see you all later. I'll play this for a couple more minutes and we'll just have a mess around with the bits and pieces, shall we? Just for fun. Okay. Ta-da.